Hey guys, it's me Karen and welcome to Coffee Break. For today's episode of Coffee Break, I have here a box. A box na super old na, but for today, it contains my thoughts and self-realizations that I have today. And I just want to share to you guys that I forgot to write the script, and siguro ayoko lang din magsulat ng script kasi hindi ko naman siya nasusundan. And so, para maging organize ang thoughts at yung bagay na i-share ko for today, I decided na gamitin na lang yung box na to, and then bubunot na lang ako ng thought or yung main thought na gusto kong i-discuss, and yun, bubunot na lang ako into the following script kasi nakakalimutan ko rin naman yung film ng script. Let's start. Yan, may pangalan ko pa siya, if you could see, kasi super old na nga siya. I don't know when was, hindi ko rin alam kung ano yung laman niya before. So, yan, super old siya, may pangalan ko pa siya, super bata lang yung gagawa. So, before anything else pala, what I'm gonna share to you guys today is about self. Kasi I find it really ironically na we often talk about ourselves, and yet sobrang shallow lang nung pagkakakilala natin sa sarili natin. Kasi I noticed that, or I realized that we have different versions of ourselves in front of other people. For some, we may be kind, genuine, playful, happy-go-lucky. But for other people, we could be someone mataray, snob, self-centered. There are different versions of ourselves that we don't know we are portraying to other people. Hence, there are different versions of ourselves that people only know of. Hindi lahat ng tao ang magiging tingin sa atin mabait. Kasi nga, hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon mabait tayo. Same as, not all people would get to understand us because we only let them, or we only allow them to see a part of ourselves. And that's why, kapag tinatanong natin yung mga bagay na tungkol sa atin sa ibang tao, nagugulat tayo kasi they would say an entirely different thing about yourself that you're unknown of. And it might either shock you or hurt you or surprise you, but that's the effect or the consequence of showing only a part of yourself to those people. But it's not actually a sin kasi, or it's not actually something na nagko-control natin kasi nga that's just how we are as humans eh. We don't get to tell other people the entire versions of ourselves that they want to see. We only allow them to see a part of ourselves. Sa lahat ng tao ganun. So, you don't have to worry about it. And so, we're gonna bunat na. I hope that I could get ang gandang thought. Okay. It is a must to know who you are and what you are, to be able to understand and realize what you want and what you don't. I had this realization today because I see a lot of people struggling to know or to understand what they really want. Because siguro yung childhood nila or environment nila is hindi sila inallow mag-grow as a person, and unfortunately there are kids na nade-deprive ng opportunity to be able to do the things that they really want to do. Kahit sinabi ko to sa sarili ko today, it actually really took me a long time to be able to understand and realize what I want and what I don't. Kasi in reality, life doesn't give you the things that you want sa bagay na kung paano mo siya gusto makita. For example, you want something sweet and you have this particular image in your mind that you want a cake. But then life give you ice cream. And that's something very nakakainis kasi nga, you have already picture of your mind of what you want, diba? It's something sweet. But then, when life gives you something sweet, it doesn't take the form of what you wanted. But then, you have to understand, what do you really want? An ice cream may not be the same as a cake, but it's sweet. And it's something that you want. So, kapag may hiniling ka sa buhay mo, and you were just so broad and so vague about giving description of what you want, then it will all come back to you. So you have to understand what you really want. It's not just something sweet. You have to be precise para maabot or makuha kung ano yung gusto mo. I'm telling you guys this now because I had that situation. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, gusto ko, paglaki ko, I want to be a public speaker. I want to share my thoughts. I want to be an inspirational speaker. And then, I also want to write. I want to write a book or a novel or a book of poem. And then, I was just really sure that I want to talk a lot and write a lot. So, I took up communication. And then, when I go there, and then, I realized that this is not what I really wanted. Lahat nag-backfired sa akin, lahat ng gusto ko. And I realized that I wasn't being precise of what I want. I didn't understand what I really wanted to do in my life. Though I am passionate in writing, communication really made me realize that I have to be precise to what I really want. I thought I was living the dream, or I was already in the process or in the path sa pangarap ko na makapagsulat and just to inspire other people. But, communication may offer me the chances to be a public speaker and a writer, but the process that they offered me is too exhausting for me. And it's not something that I am prepared for. It's not what I envision it to be. And that's when I realized that though I want to write and to speak, I do not want communication. Or I realized that communication is not for me. And so I took a shift from being a communication student. I shifted to education. And now I am an education student majoring in English. And honestly, though it is not an easy process, I think super worth it nung ginawa ko, nung pagtitake ko ng chance to shift, because now I am more at peace. Now I am more sure of myself, and I am more sure of what I really want, and I now understand what I don't want to do and what I want to do. So, yeah, when I become a teacher, or kapag teacher na ako, siguro, I would get to inspire other people. I would get to speak in front of people, and I could share my thoughts to them and write something that I wanted to. And now I'm more sure, and now I realize that I am more precise to what I want, and that is to inspire and to be a part of someone's growth and to be able to share a piece of me to other people, and that is through teaching. And I'm not going to be someone that would guide them, but I want to be someone that would help them. And that's my resolution. And that is all I want. And I understand that I wanted that and I have to strive for that. And that is the process that I would want to take. And I like the process of transforming myself to be a teacher now. Then transforming myself to be a public servant or a broadcaster or a journalist. Yeah. Yes. Okay, next we have... Okay. Oh, I like this one. I love this realization. So, it's okay to be different from others. Own up who you are, embrace every part of you so that no one would ever dare use your flaws and weaknesses against you. I grew up being like this. What you call this? Mataba? Overweight? Labiana? Yeah, I've always been chubby. Too chubby for my age, too chubby for my height. And I've always hated the fact that I am different from other people. I've always hated the fact that I can't get to wear what I want because it would not look nice on me, and because people would tell me na lalabas yung bilbil ko or masyadong malaki yung braso ko to wear this or to try wearing that. And I grew up being insecure about my weight. I grew up not being that confident with my body and hating my curves, my fats, my excess muscles, that's what I call it. And I didn't realize how ugly it was making me. Hating myself, hating a part of me, it didn't really help me to grow as a person that I wanted. But insecurity is not something na nakikita kasi eh. Insecurity is not something na marirealize mo na meron ka if you would not self-reflect. And so, I didn't realize that it was insecurity that was eating up on me when I decided to shut myself down from the world. And I get to the point na I try na magsuot na mas less papansin for a fat girl like me. Like, I try to wear pantalon because yun yung mas nakikita ko kadalasan sinusuot ng mga matataba. And I feel so sad for myself na, shucks, gusto kong magpalda pero hindi pwede kasi mataba ako. Shucks, gusto kong magsuot nun pero hindi pwede kasi lalabas yung braso ko. And that's when I realized, or that's when I thought that this is what bullying made me. It made me hate myself. It made me hate every part of my body. My imperfect eyebrows, my cute nose, my lips na makapal, my cheeks na mataba. I hated this. I hated every part of me like I was an insect or I was a disease. And it took a lot of time for me to be able to love myself. Because no matter how much your parents tell you that you are beautiful, or no matter how your friends tell you that you are okay, if you would always allow your insecurity to take over you, it would all be futile. And so, when one day, I look into the mirror and then just stare at my body, I realized that I don't want to be the pathetic fat girl that they see. And it's a matter of perspective. If I would allow them to make fun of my fats, if I would allow people to take me for granted just for being different, and if I would allow people to hurt me for my flaws, then it's my fault. And so, though it's not an easy process, I choose to love myself. I choose to own my difference. I choose to own being different. I choose to own myself. And that really changed everything. Little by little, I realized that if you love something about yourself, no matter how people would make fun of it, it would never affect you. And that's something that I want to tell you, because when people told me that I am okay and I am beautiful, I didn't believe, because no one said that you should love yourself. No one told me that, so I want to tell it to you now that loving yourself may be a hard, long process, but it's choice that you would always thank yourself for choosing. Mahalin mo yung sarili mo, kasi at the end of the day, when no one could love every part of you, it was yourself that you could hold every pieces of you. May it be bleeding, may it be shattered into pieces, may it be thrown down in a corner. It was yourself who would always pick up every piece of you and would embrace you. Aside, of course, for your family and friends and God. But honey, I'm telling you this, loving yourself would always make a great difference. Yes. And no one could hurt you for being flawed. Own it. Own your flaws. And make sure that you would use it as your strengths. Okay. Next we have... Okay. Seeking for validation from other people isn't a driving force. It's a self-destructing force that would eat you up alive. It is very related to what I've discussed with you guys about the fact that I was bullied before for being different. So, being a fat girl in class, strive harder, not for myself, but for other people to look at me beyond my fat curves. And yun yung naging driving force ko to be someone na more valuable than me being fat. I've always find it hard before to accept that I am flawed, because I thought that my flaws before is something that I should be ashamed of, because people always make fun of me. And from being bullied, I ended up being hungry for success. To always look forward for the day na maipapamukha ko sa ibang tao na kaya ko, kahit hindi nyo inasahan na kaya ko. And it had been my everyday mantra before na gigising lang ako, tapos ang nasa isip ko lang is to make other people pay for what they said about me. And that is something that very not advisable, because it made me a bad person, and it made me very immature and irrational, and it made me love myself less. Kasi when I sought for other people's validation, I forgot about my own validity. I forgot my own self, and I lived up for their expectations. I lived up fearing na they would know about my flaws and make fun about it, or say something bad about it. And so, feeling ko parang it made me the less of the person that I wanted to be, and it didn't help me at all to grow. Just like when I strive to be an achiever, or when I strive to be an honor student, I realized that I didn't do it for my own satisfaction, but for other people's satisfaction, to see that I am more than just the fat girl in the room. I am more than just my fats and my pills, And then when I was in high school, I strived more. I strived to be recognized, but not for myself again. Now, for those people na kakikilala ko pala, para makita nila na hindi nila ako pwedeng kaya-kayanin kasi nga, I am more than just my fat. They can't bully me anymore because I am an achiever. That's what I thought when I was in high school. But then, it drained me out. It burned me out. And when I was in grade 9, I just totally lost control of my own visions, of my own dreams. And I basically cracked. And I lost sight of what I really want. I lost sight of my passion and drive to move forward because I just really find it tiring to always prove myself to other people. And so when I was in 11th grade, I started dreaming again, and I started wanting again of something that would make me feel better. On my 11th grade, I became the top of the class, and now it's not for the reason that I want to make other people notice me. It's for myself. So when I was in grade 11, I went through a process of transforming myself to be a better person. And now it's not for other people, but it's for myself. It's to prove to myself that you can dream again. And now it's not for other people, but it's for yourself. And now it's time for you to be able to be happy for your own achievements. To be proud of what you've done, to be proud of what you've achieved because you wanted it. You deserve it for yourself. And it means that you have improved yourself than who you were before. So yun guys, that's for today's episode of Coffee Break, and I hope you learned something from me guys. I hope you had realization of your own. Yun. Siguro to end this episode, I want you to remember that 1, being different is okay. 2, choosing yourself is hard, but it is a must. And 3, you should always achieve more for yourself and not for other people. And I want you guys to share your insights about yourself. Please comment down below your own self-realization while going through the phase of being a teenager, because all those things that I've shared with you guys is when I was a teenager. Pero okay, mag-alala, I'm just 20 years old. So, guys, thank you for watching Coffee Break and for listening to this podcast. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will share thoughts about this episode. And I hope to see you guys again on the next episode. Bye!